Abby with Motor City Nerds, and this is going to be a no spoiler review of the Batman because I got to go see it. I felt like I was watching a one of the I felt like I was watching the animated series brought to life, and in a good way, and it was great. The way they had Batman, we see Batman be a real detective, I think, more than any other time. The Bruce Wayne side was the part where I was kind of like, okay, I don't mind having a ton of Batman. There's a lot. I didn't know this movie was 3 hours. I knew it was long, but I didn't think it was 3 hours. And if you can make me not realize that it's 3 hours, that's kind of astounding. But we didn't get a ton of Bruce Wayne, and the Bruce Wayne we got was just more of like a presence. It wasn't so much. There wasn't a lot of dialogue from Bruce Wayne or Batman at all, but the I didn't mind that, and the way that it was directed was so well done that you got the feeling. And this movie is a perfect way to show somebody, like, see how nobody's saying anything, and we can see and feel and get the correct emotions just out of seeing images, not out or what a character's doing. And that's what I mean here. Anybody that is still going like Twilight bullshit bullshit bullshit, and you haven't seen what Robert Pattinson's been doing the last few years, I don't want to hear that, because he was so great as this character. But like I said, it was almost like it was taken right out of the animated series or a comic. Like this, in the suit, of course, is going to be sweet, but it was just like he was so menacing. And then, like I said, the detective part where he was so analytic, and because they used the Riddler in this Zodiac killer way, he was able to do a ton of that, and I loved it. The gadgets, I'm not going to get into that, I'll talk about it in the spoilers, but the amount of gadgets used, I was like, yes, yes, yes. Every time Batman comes on a screen, it's a very intense thing, and the choreography is awesome. The fights are brutal. Somebody screamed in the theater at a certain point, and we'll talk about it in the spoiler video I do, yelled Jesus, and I was like, oh my god, like I thought I was like, I kind of felt the same way, but it was funny. But just like, it really was, his portrayal of Batman was great. This director did great. It's like I said, it toes the line perfectly between, like, okay, you want Christopher Nolan super real, this is very down to earth, but you also have that feeling of like we're with Batman, and it's great. I don't know how to explain it because like I said, I'm just getting out. I loved it. I did. Zoe Kravitz as Selena Kyle was great. She was great as Catwoman. She was great. I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer's always gonna be my favorite, but the amount of pleather that was going on, I appreciated that. And I know Batman people will argue this all the time, like, who's the best Bruce Wayne? You know what I mean? And I do think Zoe Kravitz played a great Selena Kyle. She was great as Catwoman too, but like that's what I mean. When she's out of the suit, she's also great. But guess who stood out the most? And if anybody's been watching the channel, you know who I'm most excited for. The motherfucking Penguin dude. Outstanding. He stole the entire movie, I feel like. Besides Batman. Oh, and the use of Batman walking into the room, and the sounds and the shoes, and we'll get to the music, but the Penguin dude. I've been waiting for a Mob Boss Penguin, and this did not disappoint. This was great. And Colin Farrell, you don't even and it's not even the prosthetics. I mean, that has something to do with it, but like, if they didn't say who this was, if they wouldn't have told me who the actor was, I don't think I would have been able to guess that was him. And he was great, and I loved it. And like I said, they towed the line perfectly between like over the top and not too far. And like I said, it felt like the animated series that I grew up on brought to life. It was great, and I love Colin Farrell though. And I am gonna do, like I said, I keep saying this, I'm going to do a spoiler video, but the reveal of the Batmobile, if you've been on my channel, you know the things I was most excited for were the old school muscle car Batmobile, um, Colin Farrell's Penguin, and seeing how Robert Pattinson did. But this was, there were times I was watching this where I was like, I kind of forgot it was Batman in a good way. I was like, this is like a film noir thriller. Like I was watching something totally different than Batman just so happened to be in it. But I loved it. Jeffrey Wright is great as Gordon. He's fantastic, and him and Batman working together like detectives it's great. And he's so, it's Batman. It's the world's greatest detective, and they do say that in there, and I loved that. I was like, oh my god, yes. This is definitely more about like, because one thing I also really did appreciate, and this doesn't give anything away. Like I said, I'll do a totally separate video. No backstory. We don't have to see pearls falling or parents dying. We know that happened, and I really liked some of the themes they were going with without saying this movie does it perfectly with themes and everything like that without having to beat you over the head with it or feed you like a stupid little baby and go, this is what we're telling you in this story. It's like, no, we get this across. Like when there are points when he sees kids and them losing a parent, things like that, and it's like, oh, these are traumas that you have to deal with, other characters deal with, but it's never they don't beat you over the head with that theme. But I really like that that's there, and I really like that they didn't have to shoehorn in the parents dying. I liked that a lot, and I thought that was very well done. But this is definitely about like Batman realizing what Gotham needs. He's very young, he's figuring out what he's growing into the Batman he would become. But but I really like that. It's like him realizing what Gotham needs. I was pleasantly surprised by how they did Alfred. They make him more of like he's more stern, and Andy Serkis is great. I love him. But I liked what they did with Alfred. I like that he's kind of like running shit more, like company wise and stuff like that. And like I said, he's way more stern. He's like, I'm gonna tell you how it is. I'm not this kind old man. You know, that's not what you need. You need somebody that's like, listen up. You're not doing X, Y, and Z right. And I really liked that about the character. This movie does a very good job at the feeling and the vibe or whatever word you want to use from just seeing Gotham and I feel like this is the best depiction of Gotham of all, even the Tim Burton ones. I really do. I feel like out of all of them, this is the best depiction of like Gotham is fucked right now. Not only that, it's not Wayne Manor precisely, but his home looks like gothic Batman lives here. Like it definitely feels that way, and I like it a lot. Here's what else I really loved. The Batman score, Danny Elfman, Hans Zimmer. A lot of people have done Batman movies, but I mean, Danny Elfman did it best. This, and Ave Maria is a very big player in this movie. The song, if you know what I'm talking about. If you don't think you know what I'm talking about, look it up and listen to it for 10 seconds. You're going to know what I'm talking about. But the way that was used, and the Batman's score and everything else, it was menacing where it needed to be, but gentle where it needed to be. The music was outstanding. It was really well done. And that's hard to do. When you have an iconic character like Batman with just as iconic of music, you hear the Batman theme and you're like, Batman. You know what I mean? So that's very hard to do, and to make it your own and to make it fit. And I was shocked at how well that was done. This was outstanding. And like I said, even if you're not a Batman fan, I would go see this because I was shocked. I really was. There was just points in this film where I was just like, I'm forgetting that this is even Batman, and I'm just wrapped up in this thriller mystery, figuring things out. And then it's like, oh wait, yeah, we have Batman, and it's great, and there's a ton of Batman in this. And like I said, I didn't realize the runtime was as long as it was. I knew it was long because I had to go to the bathroom, but then I was like, oh, this was 3 hours, because it felt like 2, but I just had to go to the bathroom towards the end. So I knew it was longer, but I was just like, it didn't feel like no 3 hours. I thought this was amazing. I really did. I thought this was amazing. I thought they did a very good job. Everybody was on their A game, and a couple times I got worried. Like, is this getting too close to other ones? Is this getting too close to this? Is it getting too close to that? Are we blurring the lines between themes and other Batman? And I was like, wait, nope. We're making a hard left now, and I like it in a good way. And so everything about this was great. I loved it. So yeah, I even if you're not a huge Batman fan, I suggest going to see this. It's that good. But I'm happy with Motor City Nerds. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And right after this, I'm going to film a spoiler review. So yeah, the Batman was great. Go see it. I loved it.